Yo, what it is, people, we is back. Another day on Keep It G News. Now, before you get in this video, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel and hype the video while you at it. But we got to discuss this Pooh Shiesty and Gucci situation. Now, I've talked about this on countless lives, but uploaded videos seem to travel further and reach a wider audience. But based off, before we get into this, I don't know if Pooh Shiesty did anything. Based off the evidence that we have, or the evidence that was presented, outside of witness accounts of the situation, there's no proof of robbery even happened. They don't have a contract. They don't have a gun. They don't have video footage of the incident, or none of that. But I knew that a question was going to be asked about Pooh Shiesty, and the way he decided to handle these things was, if Gucci Mane was white, or why doesn't these same issues happen to white executives? Why white executives is not treated the same way as black executives in the music industry?
Two things. And this is all alleged. I don't know if Pooh Shiesty did any of this, right? I'm just going off the stories I heard. I know that Pooh Shiesty wouldn't do that to a white man.
Well,
whenever you hear these stories,
let me ask you,
it's literally always the black executives getting put in this position by black artists.
Let me ask you this question.
You'll never hear, name
One
a
story.
white.
No.
What about back in the day?
Hold on. Let me ask.
Suge Knight and who's the guy who did the
Vanilla
Ice
was an artist. I ain't talking about him, I'm talking about the executive.
Well,
ain't no artist running down on the white executive.
Well, the question I have is, because we can't look at it, it's only happening to other black people, but is there security in that, knowing that he's not going to snitch or he's not going to involve the authorities, right? Because they have the same street code. Whereas, like, would Pooh do it to?
I don't even think, if this is true, I don't even think Pooh was thinking like that. I think Pooh was just literally a person whose mentality is still that of
the street.
So this is how I know how to handle situations.
But Pooh would never do it to you because he knows that you're not going to abide by the street code. So regardless of
I don't believe that. I don't believe he would.
Really?
No, I don't believe that at all.
I thought you were positing the theory that it's black artists do it to black executives. They wouldn't do it to white executives.
I've never seen them do it to a white executive. Well, white executives out here with the same contracts. Who do you think the black executive is learning it from?
Yeah,
and by the way, I don't even know if his contract was bad. I'm just saying that there are standard recording contracts. You ain't never. I've heard stories of people running down on Andre Harrell. I've heard stories of people running down, of course, on Diddy. I've heard stories of people running down on Eazy-E. But you ain't never heard stories.
Five Davis got run down on by.
But we're not going to keep it street, is my point.
Oh, I want to know.
I don't know.
We believe it. Who?
Lisa Left Eye Lopez, apparently, she claims.
Lisa ran down on Clive?
Yeah.
But that's not, see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that that's not.
But the crew.
Oh, she had guys with her?
Now, I'm going to answer this question once and for all. So I need people to share this video, because I'm going to give you the most logical and reasonable explanation as to why this happened. Now, the same thing that helps the black executive is the same thing that hurts him, which is relatability. An artist is more inclined to sign to another artist / executive is because the relatability factor. We come a lot of times from the same environment, which means you're going to have a better understanding of me than the white executive will have. Also, when you are a black executive, you have the ability to lure this person in by saying we're a brotherhood, we're a family. It's not a business relationship. At least that's not how normally it's presented, because we from the same environment. We go through the same struggles. You understand? The white artist, the white executive doesn't have that ability to do. So we know when we're dealing with a white person and executive with executive authority, we know that it's just a business relationship no matter how close we get. So what end up happening is the artist who believes this black executive thinks that we're family, we're a brotherhood. He ain't going to do me wrong. We know how the white executive would do you. We got history of it. We know how this go. So what happens is we hold the black executive more accountable. So when this black executive who presented to you that this is a family, this is a brotherhood, you like my brother. I never cross you. This is how it's presented. But when this artist sees that it's just business, then they take on a position of betrayal. Now you subject yourself to a situation that happened like Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty, where you played me. You sold me this idea that it was bigger than music, it was bigger than business. But now I'm saying that it's all business, and you really just used me and manipulated me in a way to benefit you financially, and it benefited me to a certain extent, but nowhere near how it benefited you. The white executive can't do that. So it's just a situation where what ultimately helps black executives, black rap artists slash executives, lower-end artists, it's ultimately the same thing that hurts them. And that's why you don't see situations like what happened with Pooh Shiesty and Gucci happen to Leo Cohen or Clive Davis or any one of these guys, because we already know what it is with them. When they cross us, we don't feel betrayed. It's almost expected. But when we cross our own, it hurts. It cuts deep. It's just one of them situations where we hold each other more accountable than we hold them, because we know what that is. You as my man, as my brother, as my race, ain't supposed to do me like that. And when you do me like that, I take that more personal than when he does me like that. Whether it's right or wrong, it can be debated. But I just trying to explain to people this is why it happens. It's not that we are scared of the white executive. And then also, a fact that plays in with Gucci Mane, at least, is he portrayed himself as a street dude. And when you're a street dude, or you portray yourself in that way, based off of probably conversations we done had, based off of us being around each other, I would never expect you to go the police route. I thought you was going, if you handle it at all, handle it on the streets. And one of the biggest misconceptions that's getting thrown around about this Gucci Mane shit is that black people wanted Gucci to crash out. Yo, Gucci didn't have to do anything. Gucci could have took his L. Just like he placed L's on people and they had to take. But let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments. It's another day of keeping you new in the month.
When Clive Davis, we held them hostage like guns, the whole shebang. So, of course, Lisa was the ringleader. So we went up there and held everybody hostage, and Puffy was the one that snitched us out. Yo, B, yo, your girl's up here mad bugging, yo. And I was like, oh, Puff, why you gonna snitch us out?